بسم الله والحمد لله صلاة على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu salam, upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, فَاللَّهُمَّ إِنَّا نَعُوذَ بِكَ مِنْ عِلْمٍ لَا يَنْفَعُ وَمِنْ قَلْبٍ لَا يَخْشَعُ وَمِنْ نَفْسٍ لَا تَشْبَعُ وَمِنْ دُعَاءٍ لَا يُسْمَعُ. Verily, Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, and from a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, ikhwan, ونواصل معكم في هذا اليوم المبارك في هذه الليلة المباركة الكريمة عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue in this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Our Sheikh, he says, Assalamu alaikum, I'm on the expressway heading back home. I can listen until I get home. طيب, لا بأس, هذا خير. May Allah bless you. So we continue, ya ikhwan, in this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most generous. مستفيدين ومتعلمين من اللغة العربية. Our sister, she says, why is the sound so low? It should be up. That's the loudest I can make it on my end. What about now? Is that better? That's the loudest I can make it. Check your end also, because usually the sound is quite loud on the YouTube. Make sure you check. طيب, فنواصل معكم يا إخوان في هذه الليلة المباركة الكريمة عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue in this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية. طيب, ولأصحاب الكتب فوصلنا إلى صفحة 189. So for those that have the book, we're on page number 189. 189. طيب, قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال تنتهي الدراسة في الساعة 12. So he says the lessons end at 12 o'clock ظهرا, in the afternoon. 12 o'clock ظهرا, in the afternoon. فأعود إلى سكني, so I return to the home or to the house. بالحافلة مع الطلاب, by bus, by way of bus, along with the students. Along with the students. طيب, تعلمنا قبل, we learned before يا إخوان كلمة ظهرا, the word ظهرا. ظهرا means in the afternoon, or you can say in the afternoon. You can also say في الظهر, الظهر, في الظهر. You can also say في الظهر, in the afternoon. نفس المعنى, same meaning, same meaning. فأعود إلى سكني بالحافلة مع الطلاب, so I return to the second, meaning to his home, his residence. بالحافلة, by bus. بالحافلة, by way of the bus. By the bus. الحافلة, the bus. The word الحافلة, the bus. She says, okay, that's better. وعليكم السلام. Hey شكير, السلام عليكم. كيف أنت يا أخي؟ He says, ثم أصلي صلاة الظهر وأتناول طعام الغداء. He says, then I pray the afternoon prayer, the midday prayer, صلاة الظهر. وأتناول طعام الغداء, and I partake in the food of lunch. The food of lunch, meaning lunch. طيب, اكتبوا هذا, write this down, إخوان. الغداء, الغداء, الغداء is the lunch. الغداء, الغداء. You can also say يا إخوان طعام الغداء. طعام الغداء مضاف إليه. You can also say طعام الغداء, which is loosely understood to be the food of lunch, meaning lunch. طعام الغداء. أين طعام الغداء? Where is the lunch? Where is the food of lunch? أو أين الغداء? Where is lunch? Where's the lunch? ثم أستريح أو أنام وقتا قليلا. Then أستريح, I rest, I take a break, I relax. أو أنام وقتا قليلا, or I sleep for a small moment, for a brief moment. أستريح. اكتبوا هذه الكلمة. Write this word down يا إخوان. استراح. To rest. To take a break. Relax. استراح. To rest. To relax. استراح. So he says أستريح as I rest. أنا أستريح. I rest. Or you can say I relax. أستريح. أستريح. أو أنام وقتا قليلا. Or if I don't rest, I don't relax, I sleep for a brief moment. طيب. قال ثم أصلي صلاة العصر. Then I pray the Asr prayer, the prayer of the mid-afternoon. ثم أذاكر دروسي. And then I review my lessons. Then I review my lessons. ما شاء الله. طيب كلمة ذاكرة. Next word. ذاكرة. ذاكرة. To review. To rehearse. To review. ذاكرة. أذاكر. I rehearse or I review. أذاكر. This should be a kaf. أذاكر. I review. في المضارع, in the present tense of the verb. I review. أذاكر. تذاكر. You review. Masculine. تذاكرين. You review. Feminine. هكذا. ذاكر. To review. ذاكر. تذاكرين. تذاكرين. You review. Feminine. You're talking to a female. تذاكرين. You. Feminine. Review. تذاكرين. أنت تذاكرين. You. Feminine. You review. You review. طيب. ثم أذاكر دروسي. Then I review my lessons. وهذا مهم يا إخوان. وعليكم السلام. تاشان. السلام عليكم يا أخي. How are you? كيف أنت الليلة? How are you tonight? ثم أذاكر دروسي. Then I review my lessons. وهذا مهم. And that's important يا إخوان. أهمية مذاكرة. The importance of review. المذاكرة. Reviewing. هذا مهم. أين نحن من المذاكرة? Where are we from review? How far are we from review? كلنا نحتاج إلى المذاكرة. All of us. حتى أنا. Even myself. Are in need of reviewing. تعلمت شيئا من العلم عليك أن تفهمه وأن تعمل به وأن تذاكره وأن تنشره. So you learn something from knowledge. MashaAllah, do my homework. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless you, ya akhi. So you learn something from knowledge. You understand it. You practice it. You work by it. You teach it. You review it. لا بد من المذاكرة. It's a must. It's a must that you review your information. Our brother Tashan is doing his homework. فعليه أن يذاكر الدروس. So after doing the homework, learning the information, he has to go back over it and go back over it and make sure he understands it correctly. And then later on, go over it again. And then next month, go over it again. وكذلك في القرآن والسنة والعربية والفقه وفي جميع العلوم. في جميع العلوم. Likewise in Quran, you learn the surah, you implement the surah, understand the surah, implement the surah, teach the surah, go back over it, over and over and over. Likewise hadith, والفقه والعربية في جميع الفنون. In every science, لابد من المذاكرة. You always have to go over the knowledge. قال وفي بعض الأيام أرجع إلى المدرسة في الساعة 4 مساء للنشاط الرياضي. So he says, and some days, I return back to school في الساعة 4 at 4 o'clock مساء in the evening للنشاط الرياضية أو للنشاط الرياضي to exercise. So at 4 o'clock, after he performed the asr, he did his homework, ويذاكر دروسه, and he reviewed his lessons. He returns back to school في الساعة 4 مساء at 4 o'clock in the evening to work out, perform some exercise. Allahu Akbar. He says في بعض أيام, and some days, وفي بعض أيام, and some days, or during some days, في بعض أيام, some days, قال وبعد غروب الشمس أصلي المغرب. And after the sun sets, after the setting of the sun, I pray the sunset prayer, the prayer that's done when the sun sets, al-maghrib. Ghurubu shams, the setting of the sun, meaning when the sun sets. بعد غروب, بعد غروب, after the setting of the sun, meaning after the sun sets. فغروب عكس الطلوع. الغروب أو غروب عكس طلوع. So the word غروب is the opposite of rising. غروب عكس no. طلوع. غروب is the opposite. غروب, the setting. طلوع, rising. So the word غروب is the opposite of طلوع. غروب means setting. طلوع means rising. طلوع, غروب, setting. طلوع, rising. قال ثم أذاكر دروسي. الله أكبر. انظر. He says, and then after Maghrib, I review my lessons again. وهذا مهم. And that's important يا إخوان. أحيانا عليك أن تراجعوا أو أن تذاكر مرتين في اليوم أو 3 مرات في اليوم أو 4 على حسب منزلة العلم الذي عندك. Sometimes you're going to make review twice a day, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4, depending on the level of your knowledge. The more Quran you learn, the more often you have to review. The more ahadith you learn, the more often you have to review. The more vocabulary words you learn, the more often you have to review. وهكذا. عندك 5 أحاديث. طيب مذاكرة هذا سهل لا بأس. ثم عندك 20 وعندك 100 وعندك 500. يصعب المذاكرة لأنك حفظت كثيرا من أحاديث. So now you learn 5 hadith. That's easy to review. Alhamdulillah. Then you learn 20. Your review gets harder. There's more information. Then you learn 100 hadith. It gets harder because you have more hadith to go over. Then you have 500 hadith memorized. So the review gets harder. So you have to review more often. وهكذا العلم. And this is how knowledge is. لابد من المذاكرة. So it's a must that you make review. This young child, he reviews twice. He reviewed earlier And now after Maghrib, he's reviewing again. Allahu Akbar. ربما تذاكر القرآن بعد الفجر وتذاكره مرة ثانية بعد العشاء. ربما, perhaps, you review your Quran after the Fajr. And then after Isha, you review again. Allahu Akbar. قال وأعمل واجباتي المنزلية. He says, and then after that, I perform my homework. واجباتي المنزلية. I perform my homework. He says, واجباتي المنزلي والمنزلية. نعم. واجباتي المنزل بكسرة المنزلية. طيب without the مضاف. طيب واجباتي المنزلية. نعم. My homework, the schoolwork that you're asked to complete at home. المنزلية, at home. So he says my homework. You say to someone, أين واجباتك المنزلية. Say you're talking to someone masculine. أنت تتكلم إلى شخص أو إلى الرجل فتقول أين واجباتك المنزلية. So you're talking to a male. You say أين واجباتك المنزلية. You're talking to a male. You say أين, where, أين واجباتك المنزلية. Where is your homework? Where is your homework? We say to our brother Tashan, هو يعمل واجباته المنزلية. واجباته المنزلية. He's doing his homework. To a female, this كف تكون مكسورة الكف. You're talking to a female, the فتحة on the كف becomes a كسرة. You say to your daughter, أين واجباتك مؤنث feminine. أين واجباتك المنزلية. So the فتحة will become a كسرة. Where's your, this one was masculine. A female, the فتحة becomes a كسرة. أين واجباتك. Remember, in the Arabic language, there's a gender. تتكلم مختلفة إلى الرجل ممن كان تتكلم إلى المرأة. You talk different to a man or male than you would talk to a female. There's a gender in the language. So the female, it changes. You say أين واجباتك المنزلية. Same meaning, nothing changes from the meaning, but the gender changes because you're talking to a female. So now you say أين واجباتك female المنزلية. Same meaning. Where is your homework? But now it's feminine. Because now you're talking to a female. You give salams differently to a male than you would to a female. It's not the same. There's a gender in the Arabic language. Talking to a male, you say Assalamu alayka. One male. Assalamu alayka. Masculine. Assalamu alayka. It changes if you're talking to a female. Now you say Assalamu alayki. Because she's feminine. It changes. Assalamu alayki. Same meaning. نفس المعنى. المعنى لا يتغير. The meaning does not change. The meaning doesn't change. But you're talking to a male. Then you're talking to a female. Two men. And you give salams the same to two men that you would to two women. That stays the same. But one man, one woman, it's different. Assalamu alayka. May the peace be upon you, masculine. Assalamu alayki. May peace be upon you, feminine. Two men. Assalamu alaykuma. Two men. Assalamu alaykuma. May the peace be upon you both, or both of you, masculine. You give salams differently to two people than you do to one person. It's two of them. There's a dual in the Arabic language. There's a muthanna. Two men and two women is the same. But one man, one woman, different. Assalamu alaykuma. May peace be upon both of you, masculine. And then it's the same for the feminine. Assalamu alaykuma. May the peace be upon both of you. So pay attention there. When you're talking to two men, it's the same when you're talking to two women with regards to the salams, with regards to nouns. One man, salamu alayka. One woman, salamu alayki. Two men and two women, salamu alaykuma. May peace be upon both of you. Three or more men, assalamu alaykum. Assalamu alaykum. Three or more men. So one man, salamu alayka. Two men, salamu alaykuma. Three or more men, assalamu alaykum. One woman, salamu alayki. Two women, salamu alaykuma. That's the same as two men. Three or more women, it changes again. Assalamu alaykunna. Assalamu alaykunna. Assalamu alaykunna. Alaykum, three or more men. Alaykunna, three or more women. There's a gender in the Arabic language. طيب. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم أصلي صلاة العشاء ثم أنام. He says, then I pray the night prayer. صلاة العشاء. ثم أنام. Then I sleep. Allahu Akbar. Then I sleep. طيب. أما في يوم الخميس, as for on the day of Thursday, في يوم الخميس, Thursday, or it's not really, it doesn't mean Thursday technically. It means the 5th day. Thursdays is the day that it falls on the Thursday, but it does not mean Thursday. No. That's how the Christians name the days. It's actually better for the Muslim not to refer to the days Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No. That doesn't come from Islam. We understand it because we speak English. We live in America. We're in the West. But it's better for the Muslim not to use that, not to refer to that. You understand what's being mentioned. Oh, he's talking about the day that correlates to Monday. Alhamdulillah. But we shouldn't use Monday. Why? Because it's not from our religion. There's some things it's okay to use, and then some things it's better not to use. Some of the scholars, they mentioned that these names, Sunday, Monday, they come from the pagans. Those names, they worshiped a particular person or thing, entity on that day, so they called it Sunday. No. For the Muslims, it's better to refer to the days Islamically, and we should learn them, like the months. Likewise, we should take time out to learn these affairs, learning the days of the week, learning the months. أيام الأسبوع, the days of the week. تعلمناها قبل يا إخوان. We learned this before في الدروس الماضية, some earlier lessons, mashallah ta'ala. We learned this before. الأسبوع, the days of the week. أيام الأسبوع, the days of the week. We should learn them and teach them to your families and your children especially. Some things it's allowed, it's shared with the Muslims and the Christians, for example. Some things are shared and it's allowed to use that. And then some things is not from Islam, it's from the Christians, and it's not allowed to use that. And some things it may be allowed, but it's better not to. The days of the week. Oh, the first day, يوم الأحد, which means the day of the first day. It does not mean Sunday. That's a terrible or a weak translation. Some people say Yom Ahad means Sunday. No, it does not. It does not mean Sunday. No. It's not even in the word. It's understood that this falls on what's known to the Westerner as Sunday. Yes, but it doesn't mean that. One of the Christians, he said, when the Muslim says Salaam Alaikum, that means how you doing? He says that's how he thought it was understood to him. You say no, it doesn't mean that. It's greater than that. It's a prayer that the Muslims say to one another. And some of the true Christians in that time used to always also say Salam. طيب. يوم أحد is the day of the first. يوم الأحد. If you know your numbers, you know the days. The days and the numbers are the same. If you know your numbers, you know the days. The first day, Yawmul Ahad. The week starts Yawmul Ahad on Sunday, or was understood to be, or it falls on Sunday. Yawmul Ahad, the day of the first. Then you have Yawmu al-Ithnain. You have the second. You know your numbers, you know the days. You have the second. Yawmu al-Ithnain. Then after this falls on what's understood to the Westerner, to us, Monday. Yawmul Ithnain, Yawmul Ahad, the day of the first, correlates to what's known to us as Sunday. Yawmul Ithnain, the day of the second, correlates to us, falls to us in the West on Monday. You have Yawmu al-Thulatha. Yawmu al-Thulatha, the day of the third, which falls on Tuesday. It does not mean Tuesday. No. Correlates, or it falls on what's understood or what's known in the West as Tuesday, but it does not mean Tuesday. Two different things. Yom al-Ithnain is day of the second, or day of the third. So Yom Ahad, the day of the first, which correlates to, in the West, Sunday. Yom al-Ithnain, the day of the second, which correlates to, in the West, Monday. Yom al-Thulatha, the day of the third, which correlates to Tuesday. Then you have Yom al-Arabi'ah, the day of the fourth. You know your numbers, you know the days. Al-Arabi'ah, Al-Arabi'ah. the day of the fourth. يوم الأربعاء, which correlates to us in the West as Wednesday, the fourth day. And then you have يوم الخميس, الخميس, the day of the fifth. والفرق في الجمعة, the only difference is on جمعة لا يتعلق يوم الجمعة بالعدد. The day of Jumu'ah is the only day that is not referred to regarding a number. Is the only day that is not referred to regarding a number. It actually skips. You go first day, second day, third day, fourth day, skip. It's going to be called Jumu'ah. And then after Jumu'ah, back to number. Allahu Akbar. The first day, the day of the first, which is understood to be Sunday. Yomu Ahad. Second day, Yomul Ithnain, understood to be Monday, or correlates to us in the West as Monday. The third day of the week, Yomu Thulatha, the day of the third, correlates to Tuesday. Fourth day of the week, Yomul Arbi'ah, day of the fourth, which correlates to Wednesday. Then after Wednesday, the fifth day is not called the fifth day. Has nothing to do with number. It's the day of gathering, the day in which the Muslims gather together to hear the reminder. And this is called Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Jumu'ah. Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Yawmu al-Jumu'ah. Day of gathering. So every day is referred to as a number except Jumu'ah, which is understood or correlates in the West to Friday. It does not mean Friday. No, it means the day of being collected, being gathered, being accumulated together. From the verb jama'a, yajma'u, to be gathered. Yesterday the Muslims yajma'un, they come together. وَيَسْتَمِعُونَ إِلَى الْكَلِمَةِ, and they listen to the word. And then after Jumu'ah, it goes back to numbers. Day of the first, day of the second, day of the third, day of the fourth. And then it skips the day of the and then it skips, and then it's called the day of gathering. And then back to numbers. And the last day is Yawmu as-Sabt. Yawmu as-Sabt. The day of the Sabbath. And you could also say Saturday has nothing to do with number also. Yawmu Sabt. هذه أيام الأسبوع. So these are the days of the week. فاحفظوها. So memorize them and use them. Was today يوم الاثنين. Allahu Akbar. Was today يوم السبت. Was today يوم أحد. And then you translate to someone. لا بأس. But it's better that you keep the honor of your religion. Refer to the things of your religion. Don't be shy. What's the benefit of learning if we're not going to utilize it? So let's take one more benefit, ya ikhwan. He says, أما في يوم الخميس, as for the day, or as for on the day of al-Khamis, the day of the 5th, which is or correlates to Thursday in the West. He says, وهو اليوم الأول من عطلة نهاية الأسبوع, and it is the first day from the vacation of the end of the week. في بلاد الإسلام, in the Muslim world, the weekend is not Saturday and Sunday. The weekend is Friday and Saturday, or يوم الجمعة ويوم السبت, which correlates to us in the West as Friday and Saturday. In the West, the weekend is Saturday and Sunday. In the Muslim world, the weekend is Friday and Saturday. In the West, the first day of the week is Monday. In the Muslim world, the first day of the week is Sunday. So he says, وهو اليوم الأول, and it is the first day من عطلة نهاية الأسبوع, from the vacation of the end of the week. The next day is Jumu'ah. Jumu'ah and Saturday, or Yom Sept, are the weekends in the Muslim world. طيب نكتفي بهذا وستop there يا إخوان. طيب وستop there إن شاء الله تعالى. فنسبت فمن الله وأنا أخطأت من نفسي. Anything that we said that's correct is from Allah. Anything that we said that's incorrect is from ourselves. وجزاكم الله خيرا وأكرمكم الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.